What's good, everybody? Welcome to this episode of Chatting with Staxx. I'm your host, Bill Staxx, and today I got Michael Marino. Mike's got a crazy story, and he explains a lot about what happened in prison. I just wanted to come on here and say what's good to everybody before we get started. Ronan, what's up? Richard, how are you? Felons Talk. Make sure you guys go subscribe to his YouTube channel. It's growing at a fast pace. He has over 100 subscribers. He's building it, and he's getting up there, and he's steady with the content. 3:11 a.m. in Scotland. Staxx shows got me up to see what's happening. Oh, this is a good one. You guys are going to like this one. So I'm not going to hold you guys. So let's get into the content. Shout out to Mike and go check out his channel. I'll put a link in the description of this video. Without any further ado, hit the like button.
First murder I witnessed in federal prison.
Welcome to this episode of Chatting with Staxx. I'm your host, Bill Staxx, and today I got Mike Marino.
How you doing, bro?
What's up, man? How you doing?
Good.
Things are great, man. We're going to pick up where we left off from our last interview.
All right.
And, the last time we were talking, you were explaining that you were trying to escape with this guy. You were going to crash through the fence and all this stuff, and you guys got caught.
Right.
We're going to pick it up from there.
All right. So from there, immediately upon giving up, and we were immediately placed into two cars and driven directly to the federal, maximum security prison in Lewisburg, Pennsylvania. And we got there, and we fought the case a little bit, but we ended up taking a plea bargain, and I got 11 years. Me and the other kid got 11 years. Two guys that were with us got suspended sentences because nobody had gotten hurt during this thing, It's basically just an escape attempt that went bad.
Consecutive to your time that you were already.
Oh, yeah, absolutely consecutive, yeah. So anyway, man, like I'm in Lewisburg. Now, this is a whole different, prison. This is a maximum security prison. A lot more serious people there, a lot more dangerous people there. And I'm there about a month, and I'm in D1. D1 is like, it's double cells, 2-man cells. And on the second floor there, and on the third floor, there's D2 and D1, D2 and D3, they have single cells. Well, they brought this little kid in, this young Jewish boy from here in Philly, and he had 3 years for selling cocaine, or it was a small charge. It was a very non-violent drug offending, first offender. 3 years. In those days, he would do a third of that for the parole board, and if he didn't make parole, he would max it out in 2 years. So he could have went home in a year. He could have went home in 2 years, or anywhere in between, right?
Yeah.
But he was a camp inmate. Camp is like outside the walls. The camp has no fences, no barriers. You can walk away. That's where people on minimum custody and minimum security go to, because
but it's still an escape charge if you walk away. It's still
actually it's not even escape. It's actually a less than escape. It's something else. They call it something different because there's no physical barriers. So it's not as bad as a regular escape.
Yeah,
it isn't. And I guess penalties are probably a little little lighter for walking away from. Anyway, the kid wasn't supposed to be in the walls, but what happened in them days was, if you came in and you were a camp individual, who they will put you in the general population, and it takes about, I don't know, 2 weeks, maybe 3, for them to maneuver the paperwork or whatever they do and then they say, okay, pack your bags, and you go out to the camp. And this is normal procedure in Lewisburg, or it was until this kid came in. And they put him up on D2. And so he comes like running downstairs and tells us, man, this black dude just tried to me, up on D2, right? So the shot caller for the white guys, he said, listen, man, we're going to posse up. We're going to go up there and we're going to put this dude in check so that he understands, like, this is this is not something you can do. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
anyway, so we go upstairs and the dude was explaining to him, listen, man, like, if you want to, like, somebody, one of your people, don't try to run one of ours, because we're not going to, we're not going to have that. We're just not going to have it. Well, there was this dude named Cato, white boy named Cato, and apparently he didn't get the memo that we were just going up there to check the dude. He just hauled off and stabbed this dude, right? And he didn't kill him or nothing, but he stabbed him, right? And we were all kind of like, what? You know what I mean? That wasn't supposed to happen, but anyway.
The
so
war can break out. A whole war can break out over this one situation, right?
Well, it ended up being something serious, yeah. But so we all took off, and the guy who got stabbed ran to the police, told them we'd been stabbed. He told them who did it and everything. They locked up Cato. I think they charged him. I think he testified against him and all that too. But in the interim, there was we used to have a movie theater up on top of the mess hall in Lewisburg. We every Friday night would have a regular movie, just like you were going to a regular movie on the street. The same setup. Probably not as, the seats weren't as good, probably, But anyway, we come back from the movie. The kid, the Jewish kid, goes up the steps, and I can hear it going down. Down. What the hell's going? I mean, you could tell it was a serious physical altercation taking place. And then here he comes rolling down the steps. There's a knife sticking out of his back like a fucking sword, and he died at the bottom of the steps. That was the first murder I witnessed in federal prison. And so they ended up locking up 3 people for it. They were DC guys, black guys from Washington, DC. And I'm not going to name all 3 of them, but I'm going to name one of them. It was Cadillac Smith, right? And I don't think Cadillac got rolled up on that, right? But he didn't actually get charged for some reason, or they try to charge him, and I don't know exactly why he didn't get indicted. But the other 2 did get indicted. But Cadillac was known as the shot caller for DC. So, and everybody that ever heard anything about these federal prison stories already knows who Cadillac is. And Cadillac ended up getting murdered in 82 or 83 by Tommy Silverstein. That was one of Tommy's murders. And when he killed him, and Clay stabbed him to death. And it's a wonderful story. I think John's going to come on my channel and describe it in detail, because but that might be tomorrow. But anyway, yeah, they killed him. It was great.
Was it in retaliation for this situation?
Oh, no. Okay, the reasons why they killed Cadillac was, because Tommy Silverstein and Clay Fountain, right, had strangled a dude named Chappelle, black guy named Chappelle. He was sleeping with his head toward the bars, right? And they came out and they looped something around his neck and they strangled him through the bars, right? So another guy named Little Matt, not Homer Matthews, but Little Matt, I forgot his last name. He tried to say he did it because he already had several life sentences. He was going to take it, but I think the government had too much proof that, so the government indicted two people. They indicted Tommy Silverstein and Clay Fountain for that. And anyway, when Cadillac came to the control, this was in the control unit in Marion, okay? So everybody was already there for a murder. You know, I was there, but I wasn't on the tier when that happened. I was on another tier. There's 4 ranges. I think I was on A range when that happened. This happened on C range. But anyway, Tommy, and when they killed Chappelle, there was a black guy by the name of Francois from Louisiana. Francois was Tommy and Clay's witness, and he was going to testify that it was Little Matt that did this murder, right? And that was how they were going to try to beat it. And Little Matt was okay with that because Little Matt was saying, "Yeah, I did it," you know. If you can imagine somebody claiming that he's been, that he's responsible for a murder that he didn't commit, that happens in quite a bit.
Yeah, does that happen a lot where people are taking the rap for other people? Is that acceptable? Is it acceptable in prison?
Of course it is, man. Why wouldn't it be? I mean, look, if you already got more time than you can do, why not do it? You know what I mean? It's a solid thing to do. It's considered, a solid thing to do. Anyway, yeah. Matt had killed 3 people. In fact, he had killed one right there in the control unit a few years earlier. Him and Little Homer Ray, they had stabbed a dude. Me and John were talking about it the other day. A little black dude, he stabbed to death. I forgot his name. But anyway, and he had killed 2 other guys in population. So yeah, like 3 homicides from that particular prison alone. And he's passed away now. But when they killed Cadillac, when Cadillac came in to Marion, they put him up on C range, and he yelled down the tier to Francois, "Hey, Francois, why are you sticking up for these white boys, man? Why are you trying to help out these white boys for killing a brother, man? Like what's with you? What kind of person are you, man? To do something like that, to side with the white boys." And so Tommy Silverstein heard that because he was right there on the tier, and he said, "Hey, Cadillac, listen to this. That's my witness." You know what I mean? Like, why don't you stay out of my business? That's none of your business. Cadillac said, "Anything that happens to a black man is my business." So that was his, and it was his homeboy too. Chappelle was from DC, and they're kind of tight, DC guys, right?
Yeah.
So things led from one thing to another, and there was constant turmoil between Cadillac and Tommy Silverstein. In fact, one day, Tommy was walking down the tier, and Cadillac tried to stab him through the bars, right? And his arms are that big, he's like,
yeah, you can't even get your arm past here.
Yeah, he couldn't get that much of his arm out. So Tommy Silverstein just he looked at him, he says, "That's the best you can do," And after that, man, it was like, okay, they're going to kill him now, right?
Now it's a cat and mouse game, kind of, right?
Yes, absolutely. So anyway, what they did was they were in a cage. There's a cage in front of the cells. All right. This is like a very, the tier is a solid tier. There's no like, it goes all the way to the windows. And there are cages, recreation cages in front of the cells. So Tommy and Clay kind of worked it was those bars. It was like a metal fence type deal that goes like this,
Yeah. Yeah.
And they worked it, and they finally got it to the point where they could just kick it and it would fall apart, right? And they waited for Cadillac to come out on the shower. And when Cadillac came out on the shower, he had a knife in a in a in a towel that he was carrying. Okay. And as he was walking down the tier, they kicked that screen and it fell out, and they just rolled out. They rolled out like paratroopers. You know what I mean? And they ran down the tier. Tommy didn't have a knife at all. He had no knife. Clay had the only knife between the two of them, right? Cadillac has his knife, but Tommy punched him so hard that he dropped his knife.
What's good, everybody? I hope you liked that video. There's 4 more parts to it, and it gets crazy. That's only a little taste of what's to come. It's pretty insane, the stories that he tells. And I have them all ready for you guys. I'll be dropping those every day. I'm going to drop an episode. And I have some more brand new content. I've been interviewing different people. I interviewed a woman from the West Coast. She was in prison. She explains her situation, how she got there, and what it was like in there. Incredible interview. Then I got Tattoo Page Tattoos. Incredible interview. I have some major interviews I'm going to be dropping. And then I have another one. Yeah, part 2 will be out tomorrow. So it's not that long. It's really good. He tells a really good story. And then I have Damon Feldman from Celebrity Boxing. Interviewed him today. Really good interview. So you guys will see what's good. I have a ton of stuff on the way. Let me see. I'll get you guys some clips so you can see what's up. Let's take a look at some clips. Here's one.
We go to the Bergen Hunt Club, boom, boom, walk in, about 6 guys in there. He's sitting down. He didn't get up. Like he just said, "Yeah, you're the guy giving me trouble." First words out of his mouth. "You the guy giving me trouble?" Said, "Sorry, but I ain't never gave. I don't even know who you are. I never give you trouble." Look at him. He's a wise ass. He doesn't know who I am. Of course, Junior's sitting there. I was like, him, I know. I go, he's trying to screw me. And I started saying, and the boss was like, "Shut up. I'm going to do this." So he explains the situation. But Senior is just literally looking at me like,
we got that one, and that's incredible. Like, the stories are insane. Got this one.
Hi guys, I'm Sari Lopez, and I am chatting with Staxx.
Then I got this one.
What's up, guys? It's Celebrity Boxing's Damon Feldman, and I'm chatting with Staxx.
Whole bunch of new content on the way. You guys are going to be surprised. And there's more. There's more on top of it. So there's a lot that you guys haven't seen yet. I've been putting together things behind the scenes. So I hope you guys like this content. If you want to help the show out, you can donate through Cash App, Chatting with Staxx, or hit up Venmo, PayPal, Super Stickers, Super Chats, Zelle. I'm looking for funding for a couple of projects I got going on. So if you want to help out, then hook us up and we'll bring you the best content on YouTube. I can guarantee you that. It's not like any content out there. We have stuff that other people just can't get. So you guys will be amazed at the content. Like every day I see all these new people. It's like, wow. And I got a show tomorrow morning dropping. You guys already know what it is. At 11 o'clock tomorrow morning, Gangster in Training, featuring baseball bat Johnny and Scammy the Bull. I mean, Tammy the Bull. I'll drop a link for that. If you guys want to check it out, it's in the chat. So I'll see you guys later. I hope you guys like this content. If you like it, hit the like button, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. Hit the notification bell so you can get my videos every time they drop. And if you don't like this podcast, too fucking bad. Start your own. I appreciate everyone that takes the time. And remember, don't be a bitch.